Hey everybody, this is Ariance. Thank you for coming and visiting my channel. I have a lot to say. I'm a little excited in a sense of nervousness, only because this actually is something I feel like I need to get out as soon as possible. So I'm just gonna jump right in. If you've been watching my channel and you've been listening to my tapes, I greatly appreciate that. It means a lot to me. This is something that comes natural to me, and it's been weighing on my mind. So I just really appreciate any and everybody who supports anything I'm involved in and everything that I do. So anyway, this tape is going to be about a couple incidents that took place within the last few days, and how I feel like my involvement, as minute as it may seem, I still take it very seriously. So just a little bit about me. I have 2 degrees in medicine, 1 in allopathic and 1 in alternative, and I'm actually pursuing my PhD. So I have the knowledge already, but I said, well, I might as well get the accreditation. So I'm getting my PhD in alternative medicine. I'm not gonna give my life story as to how that came. Some people probably could fit a couple scenarios in using their imagination, but everybody's not built like that, and I understand that. But anyway, here, let me log in here and let's just get started. So a couple days ago, on a reference page of mine, I put a post up, and this post was about some doctors who discovered cancer enzymes in vaccines, and they were found murdered. This was March 23rd at 2:23 p.m. when I uploaded this post. And it just so happens to be that either the day before or that same day, I was marketing and promoting one of my shirts from my clothing line, which says #Team Natural Meds, #Team Natural Meds across the front. And in the description, you'll see a link to my clothing line and everything that I'm involved in. But anyway, later that day or the next day, March 23rd at 2:23 p.m., this post comes across my feed, so I decided to share it and give my thoughts on it. And I read in it, so let's go in. And this stuff is just crazy, man. It's like, so it says, several holistic doctors have been found dead in apparent suicides. The medical community is now speechless due to the timing of their deaths, based on the fact that they were all researchers working on a breakthrough cure for cancer. Now, let me just pause right there. There's already cures for every disease out there. And for those who are listening who have been mentally groomed, and I say this respectfully because I used to be one of them, for those of you out there who have been mentally groomed to believe that there are no cures because, people in power put everything on TV, well, the new power is where we are now. There's no reason why you should not take the time to research and investigate the alternative. There's just no excuse for it now. I have lost half of my family because they believed in a lie. Think about this. Think about how many families out there who have loved ones who are dying right now, and someone in a coat is looking at them telling them, we can't save you. And they're right. They absolutely cannot save you because they're not trained to save you. And I used to work hand in hand personally with people in these coats, if you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to keep myself out of hot water because I know this is controversial, but I'm a light worker, and I was given that title by someone very special, and I was taught a lot of things, and I'm not going to stand idly by if I can help be a voice to people out there who are suffering. Let's continue. Renowned autism specialist Dr. James Jeffrey Bradstreet was researching the enzyme prior to his death in July 2015. His body was discovered floating in the North Carolina is very beautiful, by the way. I went down there. It's a very beautiful place. Floating in the North Carolina River with a single gunshot wound to the chest. Come on now. Suspicion swirled that the doctor may have been killed as a result of his controversial research. Bradstreet and his colleagues had discovered that the immune system is being compromised by Nagales, if I'm not saying that correctly, please forgive me, Nagalasi or Nagales, I think it's Nagales, which they suspected was being introduced through vaccines. Dr. Bradstreet was working with a naturally occurring compound that may be the single most effective thing in the immune system for killing cancer cells. Nagales interferes with an important protein in the body that kills cancer, explained Dr. Ted Brower. Excuse me, I apologize, Dr. Ted, if I'm saying your last name wrong. By Dr. Ted Brower in an interview on the Hagman and Hagman Report. This new breakthrough cure, which you can learn more about in the video below. Okay, so they have a video on this site. Includes the human protein GCMAF. Okay, let's get past some of this. Okay, so I have a video that describes it. I'm gonna actually put a link to this in my description after this is over. Man, this is just crazy. I just want to stress something. I can attest, both from watching other people's experiences and hearing their testimonies, not just on videos, but personal people I know personally, both in and out of the profession of allopathic medicine, in and out of the profession of alternative medicine, who can attest that there are literally a lot of herbs and fruits out there that can cure every disease known to man. There was a doctor, but I just found out about this guy, and it's a sad thing that I was late finding out about him. But like a couple years ago, I found out about this guy named Dr. Sabi, who literally legally won in court. He legally won in court by curing things like diabetes, HIV, cancer, AIDS, full-blown AIDS. Bringing people back from full-blown AIDS back to a normal status, because you know in allopathic medicine they don't really cure anything. The only thing that's going to be done is they're going to treat symptoms. So it's going to be based upon either chemicals, radiation, or surgery, which is all very toxic in every way to the body, both chemically and physically. It's toxic. But this, we live in the country that, that's how this goes. So you have to make the best of it. But people like me who are out there who won't stand idly by and we have a voice, we may not be commercialized. We may not have the money to be commercialized like that, but we're out here. And all you have to do is look. All you have to do is research. All you have to do is search. It's not impossible. But I can attest to this stuff. I myself, I'm telling you right now, I lost my mother back in March 2016. The most devastating moment in my entire life. I lost my mother in March 23rd, 2016. Phenomenal woman. And I know that medication from the allopathic field took her out of here, combined with something she probably ate that she didn't know she wasn't supposed to eat. But my schedule was too busy at the time to even check on her meds. I'm the only medical professional in my family. Well, I have a couple cousins who are nurses. But as far as like my immediate family, I was the only medical professional. My siblings knew nothing about what to do. And that was probably my fault. I should have trained them on that. But it just pains me to know. Like, she was taking stuff that was probably extremely harsh on her body. And we're still investigating it till this, at least I am, till this day. But not to get fully off track, like you got to bear with me. You got to bear with me. There are things out there that people in power or people who have been brainwashed are purposely ignoring. There's a lady who's very dear to my family, and her daughter happens to be a registered nurse. Do you know I went to her house to give her the information on what to take for her medical issues that are scientifically proven to work. Scientifically. I have videos, testimonies of people, all like hundreds of thousands. And she just like, purposely would not help her mother. I had an aunt who had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And I gave her something that is already known, not commercially, but well known to fight off cancer to the point where the cancer is like completely gone within a matter of 8 months. And this lady who was watching over my aunt purposely did not give her this stuff that I told her to take, which by alternative physicians was highly recommended for fighting cancer at the highest stage. My aunt is no longer here, people. And this person happens to be married into the family. How sad is that? But let me backpedal a little bit and finish telling you about my situation. After I lost my mom in 2016, by April 4th, 2017, I was 270 pounds. Before that, I was no more than 190 pounds athletically built. Okay, I've always been into exercise, stuff like that. So I'm really good at going up and down the weight when I need to for certain things. And I'm really good at my health choices. And and anybody who know me, they nickname me Mr. Fitness. They know that I'm really into that, okay? So I'm in my master's class. Like I said, I'm going for my PhD in alternative medicine. And I'm in my master's class and I discovered something called black cumin. Black cumin. But it was, the name that's going around the most is black seed oil. So in my master's class, it's called black seed oil. But years ago, I discovered, through a friend who's a great naturopathic physician, Terry King Bay. If you ever get the chance, look him up. I think he's doing better now. His daughter put something up, said he was doing better. He was in like an accident, but phenomenal guy, phenomenal. His research and his workings is just, you could tell like the Lord of this universal construct has definitely blessed this guy, And I'm actually gonna reach out to him after this video because he inspired me and he doesn't even know it. Like, he inspired me so greatly. But anyway, sometime after I met him, I went and got my degree in alternative medicine. And that was my earlier degree and I had stopped. So a lot has happened between that time. But anyway, it was called black cumin in one of his books. And out in the world, like if you go on social media or whatever, most people aren't gonna use that name. They're gonna use black seed oil. So I'm taking this stuff, okay? And I was still going through a depression in a sense, but I'm taking this stuff because I'm hearing about it in my master's class. And it's April 4th. So April 5th, I go and I'll get me some, and I just start taking it. I introduced a couple friends because it was horrible. Like it's just a horrible tasting supplement. Like, it's really horrible. They take the seed and they cold press it, and it's just like magic. Like, if you research black seed oil, King Tut had some in his tomb. Apparently it was that good that even King Tut wanted to take it with him. Like, I'm gonna wrap me up some of this black seed oil right here, boy. You know what I'm talking about? No, okay, I'm sorry. But anyway, King Tut took some in his tomb. But this black seed oil stuff, I took it for April 5th. I have pictures and videos to prove how big I was. I probably should put them on this video, but right now I'm just gonna do a recording. Sorry. Next time, if I talk about something, I'll do that, but I'm pushed for time, so I really just need to get this out. I took the black seed oil on April 5th. That's when I started it. I took 2 tablespoons in the morning, so it was the first thing I put in my body. And then at night, I took 2 more tablespoons. And it was the last thing I put in my body. Then I went to sleep. And I've been doing this with a diet I didn't need a special diet, but just to give you a little bit about what I eat. Most of my diet always consisted of like a pescatarian, like fish, and then everything else is like vegetarian. So, and I've only been vegan for a whole year once in my life, and that was back when I was in med school. So anyway, and that's another story. I'm gonna talk about that, because what I experienced working in medicine, like the residents that would come in with us from like different other countries and stuff like that, or even here in the US, they would never touch some of the things the drug reps would bring in. Like drug reps would try to come in with all kinds of platters of foods and selling stuff. And I noticed how people and I know I'm getting off track a little bit, but just hold on. I noticed how people in a certain community that's not knowledgeable about health as much as they should be, they love things that are like, you know, shrimp and lobster and, you know, steaks and all the stuff that the drug reps try to bribe you with. And the actual physicians wouldn't even touch that stuff. They would come in there and they would tear the fruit platter up. And I'm watching this for years. This has been going on until I switched and went over it. Like, I watched this happen in our department. Like, they wouldn't even think about touching the food, because the food that is bringing them the money, I mean, the money that's coming in loves that type of food. For anybody who understands code talk, the money that comes in every day for those appointments, they eat that kind of food. That's why they keep coming. And it's a combination of medication. But the people who are there, who's supposed to be there to help, who are supposed to be knowledgeable, they're only knowledgeable on how to treat things. So they actually benefit when you are eating unhealthy. They benefit when you don't exercise. That's not what the hospitals were originally created for. They were originally created to help and eliminate the problem, not treat the problem so you could keep coming back. Because while you keep coming back, you're dying slowly. I lost most of my family. You think I care if anybody hears this? I'm not gonna say too much, but I'm gonna say enough, and you gonna feel me. I lost most of my family, and here I am educated in this, and educated on the other side now. And it's the other side that I'm gonna stick with, because the other side is where it was originally supposed to be. But anyway, let's go back, because I know I'm talking a little bit. I take this black seed oil, guys, and literally, by July 21st, 2017, I take it April 5th, 2017. By July 21st, 2017, I lost 82 pounds. Had got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes before all of this, because I was heavy. I was putting on a lot of weight. I was depressed. I mean, I just lost my mom. I already lost my father, you know, years ago. And he served this country. And they took a very long time to do what they were supposed to do right by him. So, you know, but I just lost my mother. This is a person who I went up and down with debates with sometimes, you know, because we both wanted the same thing, but we went about it in different ways. Like, she was a face value person and I was the person who just dug a little deeper. But, you know, she benefited me, and then in times I benefited her. And she's gone. So that was very devastating. I put on a lot of weight. I was very depressed. I spent a lot of money traveling the world, and it didn't bring my mother back. But I'm telling you right now, the Lord of this universal construct has me on a mission that I cannot waver from, and I will not. This needs to be said. Black seed oil can literally cure, scientifically proven. It's not commercialized. You won't hear about it, and you know why. But you can find out about it. There are millions of people out there who could attest to this. Black seed oil is literally a cure for 101 different diseases. 101. It's not the only one. Trust me, it's not. Because I'm gonna do more videos on health. So I'm gonna do my part by explaining things about different types of extracts and herbs and fruits and that nature. That's coming. It's coming. But this I had to say because there's something else I'm gonna add to this video. So I lost 82 pounds taking this stuff. Okay? And recently, after I put the post up, I know I'm fast forwarding, I'm sorry. After I put the post up about those doctors who were murdered, let me see. I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna tell you the exact time this happened. And you call it conspiracy, I don't know, but the reason why I feel so strongly about what I'm about to tell you is because years ago, before I switched and transitioned from allopathic to alternative, there was something that had happened where, I don't know, like I was already on the verge of going into alternative medicine. And I already was writing for a site called Hub Pages. And they banned me from that site, by the way, because at the time, the stuff that I told you about before, not the black soy, but the other stuff, it was called acai berry. And this stuff literally fights off diabetes within 8 months with the proper diet. It was the most powerful fruit on the planet, but this herb, this black seed oil, is thousands times stronger than acai berry, because acai is a fruit. So, you know, over time, you have to have a special diet in a sense to when you're taking acai berry juice versus taking black seed oil. It don't matter what your diet is in a sense. It helps if you have a good diet that's, you know, primarily vegan or vegetarian. But you can eat shit out of a garbage can, and this black seed oil will strip all the inflammation out your body. And those of us with medical backgrounds, we know that disease cannot survive without mucus. Mucus cannot survive without inflammation. The black seed oil goes in and literally strips the inflammation from your body. That means unnecessary fat, toxins, all kinds of stuff. It's like coming out of your urinary tract and your bowel system and out of your esophagus if you can hawk it up. Like, this stuff literally goes in and says, hey, we cleaning house. We're cleaning house. You got to get the out. And your body becomes more youthful. Your skin looks great. I'm telling you, this is like the fountain of youth. It's literally the fountain of youth. It's not the only thing that's out there, but I'm telling you, it's one of the most powerful. If you had a combination of things along with this black seed oil, man, you could probably knock out whatever disease you suffer from within a matter of a few weeks, or less than that. And there's people out there who probably won't, you know, go on record saying it, but I mean, there's thousands of them out there who will. And the information is there. The information is there. But let me try to remember, because, you know, like I said, I was excited when I started this, and I didn't write none of this down. This is purely organic, and I'm just trying to give you guys the most genuine and honest portion of what I have to say. So forgive me if I'm bouncing back and forth, but those of you who feel where I'm coming from, you will stick through this until the end, and for that, I greatly appreciate you. I greatly do. But anyway, get you some black seed oil. And, you know, in some cases, that's really kind of all in most cases, it's really all you need is that black seed oil. It's good for weight. It's good for sex drive. It's good for getting rid of diseases. It's good for, the list goes on and on. I can't tell you all of them, but I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. But it's just, man, it's just amazing. I call it God in a bottle, you know, for those of you who are atheists or whatever, you know, I respect your beliefs and everything like that. You know, that's a whole nother subject, but that's just a nickname because I know most people believe in God, so I use that term. So, but anyway, get you some black seed oil. It's unfortunate about these doctors and what happened. And so anyway, here's my main point, and then I'm gonna end this video. When I uploaded that post, it was yesterday around 2:45 a.m. At least that's what my phone shows me. When did I upload the post, or was it? No, I take that back. The videos that I'm about to get into, I uploaded. It was 2:45 a.m. I got hit from behind on the freeway. Now the clock in my car at the time said it was 3:45. So the incident happened between 3:30 a.m. and 3:45, because I didn't call the cops till about 3:45. So it happened between that time frame. But the people who I sent the video of, you know, they said that, oh, the video came through around 2:45. I thought that was weird because today when I looked at the clock in my car, it matched the time on my phone. So I don't know if time went back or went forward or whatever, but I just thought that was kind of creepy. But anyway, the day before, I uploaded a post about these doctors being murdered. It was 2:23 p.m. when I uploaded that post and gave my 2 cents on it. So I'm gonna log in and I'm gonna read what I said. I know this is kind of long. Thank you for listening though. Let's see. Here we go. So here's my little 2 cents. I said, the world we live in, this was March 23rd at 2:23 p.m. The world we live in, ... shake my head. Let us raise the vibration, protect ourselves and exile the evil that has its foot on the neck and chest of the rightful. I can attest to some amazing results that the earth's herbs/fruits have to offer, and hearing things like this just lets me know our testimonies will be heard, and the world will soon look to light workers instead of people who are against real medicine. 3 exclamation marks. In quotation, naturopathic/alternative medicine. Now, I uploaded that March 23rd at 2:23 p.m. The next morning, like I said, I thought it was like between 3:30 a.m. and 3:45 a.m. But the phone, because I took a video, the phone claims, and the people who I send it to claims that the video message went through to them at 2:45. I just thought that was kind of creepy. But anyway, whichever time frame was correct, a car out of nowhere, and I'm a great driver. I have a great driving record. Facts. I have a great driving record. I'm looking in all mirrors, and this car had to either been on my blind side or this car was sitting purposely waiting, and then just out of nowhere just came. It didn't do enough damage, because if it would have hit me directly behind, it would have tore out my whole bumper. But it literally crashed right into me. I don't know how. It came from the left flank. So I didn't see the car, and I was like one of the only cars on the freeway at the time, doing 60 miles an hour. The 50 miles an hour sign hadn't come up just yet. So I'm doing 60. This car had to have been doing like 90, because how it hit me, it tried to drive me off the road. It didn't dawn on me that that probably was done on purpose. I'm just saying, because I didn't think about that at first. It didn't come to me until it just came over me, like when I'm driving this morning. And I'm like, what if that was done on purpose? And the reason why I say that is because I used to write for hub pages back in the day. When I would work in medicine, I would go home and I would work on things I really loved. I'm self-employed now, so it was a journey. But you know, when I worked in medicine, I used to do things I loved on the side. I just never invested in it. So I used to write for hub pages. I'm also a writer. You can check my books out. I'll put the link in the description. I was writing for hub pages, and they banned me from the site because a lot of the information at the time when I was learning about different things like that acai juice and stuff, like they banned me from because it was very controversial. And so this system we live in, this nation, I won't, no disrespect to people who serve the country, because they're serving it because they believe in something, and I respect whatever a person believes in. I truly do. But like I said, my dad served this country too, so I have my thoughts on what should be done, what should not be done. But I will never disrespect a person's belief. I'm just gonna tell my truth, and I'm gonna stick with it regardless of who likes it or not. But when I did that, I got banned from hub pages, and I was sought after on the job, and they never told me what it was about. Like, they wouldn't disclose that information. I thought that was kind of odd. But then here I am years later, going for my PhD in alternative medicine, self-employed, doing good and living comfortably. And I'm promoting my hashtag Team Natural Med shirt. I'm putting up the post about the doctors who got murdered, giving my thoughts on it. And then literally the next morning, in a time frame that was like, it would have been extremely convenient for whoever hit me, because if I would have went off that bridge that I was on, I wouldn't be here talking right now. But I'm still here. So you failed. Now, I'm thinking maybe that was just a warning shot, because maybe if they really wanted to take me out right then and there, they could have done so. But that's just my thoughts. Like, I'm telling you, when this happened, the last thing on my mind was that was done on purpose. It wasn't until today, which is March 25th, that I thought about it between the hours of 8 a.m. and 8 and 9 a.m. driving. And I thought about, I said, what if that was done on purpose? Because it's just kind of odd. Like, I started thinking, I'm so attuned with I'm trying to use a word, I'm so attuned with like how the esoteric divine nature of how things work. Like I'm so attuned with it because I live my life based upon these teachings, these universal laws. And it just came to me. So I meditated on it a few times and I said, this is interesting. This is very interesting. I'm not like a huge conspiracy theorist, but I just thought that was interesting that thought would come to me out of nowhere and I wasn't even thinking about it. And how I just connected it to connected the now to everything that happened years ago. So that's enough. I know I've talked a lot and I've rambled. And if you've listened through this entire tape, I really, truly love you and appreciate you. Key points: get you some black seed oil if you are suffering from anything. It does not interfere with any medications you are taking. Do not believe the lie. Okay? On record, it's on record saying that. It's on record proving that with hundreds and thousands of people testifying to it. Okay? I take it. My kids take it. I got people in my family taking it. My grandmothers, my aunts. Like, it is truly, friends and their family members. Like, it is truly a blessing. It really is. It's not the only one out there. I'm going to make more tapes in the future, but I believe I've talked too long. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. Thank you so much for listening and have a blessed day.